Good morning and welcome back to my channel, or afternoon, wherever you may be and whatever time you may be watching this. I'm Di, and this channel is about my carnivore journey. It's not giving you medical advice or telling you what you should do, but allowing you to follow along on my journey. So we are looking at week 5 on the journey, and currently, because that was 12 months ago, currently I'm on week 56. So what am I going to talk about today? Well, firstly, I'll let you have a look at the journey when I was on week 5, and we'll have a look at some of the issues that I was experiencing then. Hello, how is everyone today? Thanks for joining me. I'm Di, and these series of videos are all about my weight loss journey. So if you've been following along, thank you if you've subscribed. And if you'd like to follow along and make sure you don't miss any, just hit the subscribe button and ding ding on that notification bell, and that way you'll always know when a new video comes up. But there will be videos coming out every week, and just following along on my journey as it happens. So we're at day 35 of the carnivore diet. Now, the carnivore diet, as many of you will know, encompasses a lot of things, and there is a very strict version called the lion diet, which is basically only ruminant animals, and that would be, for me here in Australia, beef and lamb. And then besides that, it's just water and salt. Now, that is what I started on because I want to have remission from my arthritis. But I have found along this journey that I started from a place where I was a very big vegetable eater. It's the most of my diet consisted of vegetables, lots of fruit. I grow my own vegetables, so whatever was in the garden, I'd be wandering around picking things and then coming in and making it for dinner. So this protein that I had, I'd throw in a can of tuna, maybe some eggs, maybe a bit of cheese, but never ate meat, very rarely. When I was told that my my iron was low, I would boost it up and I'd eat kangaroo meat because it's very low in fat. I think it's 99% fat-free. And also I like eating kangaroo, it tastes good. And they're not farmed. They hop around the country. They're culled because we have too many, absolutely too many. Excuse me. So I know that it's a natural product, you know, no hormones, no, they're not being fed stuff. They hop around the country eating leaves and grass and bits of bark, whatever kangaroos eat. So that's why I prefer that type of meat if I'm going to eat red meat. Very rarely I'd have a lamb cutlet, but that would be once every 6 months. They're very expensive. They got up to $54 a kilo. So yeah, that's why it was just a treat. But anyway, so coming on to this, you would have thought my body would have gone into shock. Like, no veggies, no fruit. Like, I was sometimes, yeah, I'd have 6 pieces of fruit a day. Never thought that was excessive because I thought, oh, fruit's healthy. You know, on the way to bed, I'd think, oh, I'm a bit hungry, and I'd eat a banana, take a banana and eat it while watching TV. Not very good, just full of carbs and sugar. But anyway, that's changed, and changed abruptly 35 days ago. So where am I at with this? Excuse me, I'll need to put my glasses on because I have to read what I've got down here. My weight started at 135.8 kilos. And now I'm down to which is 299 pound. So now I'm down to 121.6 kilos, which is 268 pounds. So in 35 days, I've lost 14.2 kilos, which is 31 pound. Now, I always give those stats on my videos, but it isn't. I keep saying it's not the focus. I want to get rid of this rheumatoid arthritis. How have I been going with that? Well, my feet are feeling, I'd say 50% better. They're still very, very sore and they do give me trouble, but not nearly as much as it used to. I'm not using the walking stick. I used to use a walking stick to get out of bed because with arthritis, when you're being still for a while, lying, sleeping, or just watching TV or whatever, when you try to get up, you can't move. Your joints all sort of stiffen. So I would always need a walking stick when getting up after I'd been still for a long time. Haven't used a walking stick from a couple of days in. So that's a really good thing. What else has happened with the arthritis? It did start to get better, but I got bored with the diet. I mean, not being a meat eater and then just eating meat. So along the way, I've been adding little things, which is still part of the carnivore diet. So when I have my little meat patties that I make with minced meat, I'll make them either with minced beef or minced lamb. I have been finding them a little bit dry. I've actually changed the way I cook them. So what I used to do, I used to make them like I was making a hamburger patty, nice and thin, and they would just dry out. So now I make them smaller. They're sort of rounded. It's like a meatball, but just flattened a little bit. And then I put the lid on the pan so that all the steam, they're cooking in steam, as well as the heat from the bottom of the pan, which stops them from drying out. And I've been putting a little bit of cheese on top. I don't feel that the cheese has really done anything. I've been having eggs as well. Not every meal, but when I've looked back over, I just go back over my week, and I've had eggs a few times. So let's have a look. I had eggs. I always do this on a Saturday, so we're looking at Sunday. I had eggs. Tuesday I had 2 eggs. Wednesday 2 eggs. And that's it. So 3 days I've had eggs, and I don't know if that's been the trigger, but yeah, my hands, I've got this arthritis is crazy. It'll just pick one random part of your body. Often it's my left hand, my little finger. What do I use that for? I'm the right-handed. And it will swell up and the pain is immense. But then you basically can't use your hand because any sort of movement you do. But this week it has been middle finger on my right hand. It is swollen. I can't bend it very much. It's very sore. Haven't been doing anything with it that I know of. It's just decided to swell up and give me a lot of pain. The main thing is my left shoulder. I've been having a problem with my right shoulder since I started, to varying degrees, but this week it's my left shoulder. I do have bursitis, so I look after my grandchildren, and on a Tuesday I have 2 18-month-olds that I look after. This week I only had one, so just having the one, I went out shopping and I was lifting her in and out of the car seat, in and out of her shopping trolley. I think that extra lifting, my shoulder's gone and it became so painful. Anyone with arthritis will know. I mean, no sleep on Tuesday. That was the day I had her. No sleep on Tuesday night. And it wasn't like, oh, I've done something, I've lifted her. It came on gradually, and I met up with a friend for dinner on Tuesday night. And that's the second time I've gone out, because if you think you can't go out, you can. So I ordered the rump steak and nothing else, no sauce. I ordered it. I'm not a steak eater, so I ordered it medium well done, thinking, and I even looked at pictures, what medium well done should look like, that it should be just a little bit pink inside. No, it was well done, over well done. It was dry, it was awful, but I have a thing that I never send food back when I'm eating out, because you never know what they do to the food that they bring out the second time. So I am not taking any chances on that. So I did eat it. Took me a long time, but that was okay because I was chatting, and yeah, it was definitely cold by the time I finished. But as I was going through the night, my arm got sorer and sorer and sorer, so that I got in the car, and this place was it was 5 minutes from home. Just, I could have walked it, but coming home at night, I didn't want to walk. So I'd struggled to drive home because I really could not use my left arm. So I only had to turn 2 corners. One was into my driveway. The other one was coming out of the venue. So yeah, and since then I haven't been able to drive. I didn't sleep at all that night. It continued to get worse. I took painkillers, used heat packs. Wednesday, I couldn't move. It actually feels very hot to touch now. Slowly been getting better. I've now got movement. I can raise my arm, though it is very painful. I can sleep, though when I move at night, like turn over, I wake up fully because of the pain. But anyway, that's enough about that. But talking about the carnivore diet and how that's impacted on my arthritis, I don't think that that's anything to do with it. The arthritis, it's bursitis, which is different. It's a sac of fluid in there which gets swollen, it's inflammation still. But I'm hoping. So that's a focus. That's why I want to do this diet. I want to stop all this pain and the impact that it has on my life. Because, not being able to drive is a big thing. I do have a mobility scooter, so I can get out. And I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. So another thing which I may not have said is that I'm undergoing treatment for skin cancer. I have many, many skin cancers. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I have a white patch on my nose where I had a big one. I was hospitalised last year, had a big one removed. And now above that and beside it down here, I've got a lot of small ones, which they're trying to freeze off. I've got them up and down my arms, on my décolletage. I had a big one cut out on the back of my leg yesterday. We're hoping that we get good news when it's gone to pathology, because that one was a really bad one. So that was 3 stitches. You'll see that I have a bandage on my hand. That was one that was done a couple of weeks ago. That was quite deep. It's very sore. There were 3 stitches in there. So you will see lots of things on my skin, and yeah, but I use my mobility scooter to get around. Again, I'm only 5 minutes away by car to the doctor's. On my mobility scooter, it takes me about 20 minutes because it's very slow. But it's nice weather. I enjoy being out in the weather, so yeah, that's what's happening there. The carnivore diet won't help with the skin cancer, though I do hear people saying that they don't get as sunburnt, or they don't get sunburnt at all. Yeah, of course I won't ever be willing to take that risk. I've always worn sunscreen. Here in Australia we have to, and yeah, I'll continue to do that, and I cover up. So that's what's happening with that. Now, trigger warning, I am going to be talking about poop. So if this is too much information, see you later. Thanks for joining us so far. But anyway, poop. So a lot of people report that when they start on the carnivore diet that they have uncontrolled diarrhea, and that some people it lasts for weeks and weeks until their body adjusts. Well, I never had that problem. Prior to the diet, prior to carnivore, eating so much fruit and vegetables, I had so much fiber, so much fiber, that I was going to the toilet to poop 6 to 8 times a day. Not diarrhea, nice, firm, but soft and malleable poops, and humongous poops. I was just consuming so much fiber, and it was just going through me. Yeah. So, I had to buy toilet paper. That really, I'm on my own here, and I would go through a big container, carton of toilet paper once a fortnight. I'd go through a roll or two a day. So, yeah, as I said, too much information. But I expected to get diarrhea like everybody else did. But I never did. And I'm putting that down to the fact that I didn't really start high fat. I still don't think I have a lot of fat. When I started just eating rump steak, and I would have every now and then some lamb chops. The lamb chops were fatty, but the rump steak, it had a bit of fat along one side of it. But between that fat and the meat, there was like real chewy stuff. So even though I tried to eat it, I couldn't, and I'd end up putting it in my mouth and taking it out. So I really didn't consume a lot of fat, and that's what I put it down to. So not once have I experienced diarrhea. And as a matter of fact, I went from pooping six to 8 times a day, and that was terrible because I'd be out. Like, I'd go to the shops, and the local shops, I know where all the toilets are. I know where the best ones, where the cleanest ones are. I know to go, down the back of the shops with the ones that aren't frequented most because they're clean and all that sort of stuff. I'd have to poop when I go out every time. I hated it. Now, straight away, as soon as I started, I stopped pooping, and I'm now starting to document it. I haven't documented it, but this week I thought about it, and I thought, I don't think I've pooped for 10 days or maybe more. And I pooped yesterday, so I've recorded that, and there's hardly any poop, absolutely hardly any. And I watched a video that Dr. Berry talked about poop, and he talked about even the urge to poop isn't like I would normally have had. I would be like, I've got to go to the toilet. You'd start feeling it, and you'd go, yeah, well, within the next 10 minutes, I've got to get to the toilet and go. And there'll be no waiting after that. Now it's sort of like, I think my body's ready to get rid of some things here. I better go to the toilet. And there's no urgency. It's just like, oh yeah, I think I can go. But if I had to wait, I reckon I could wait a couple of hours, because it's not an urgent feeling. But I don't do that. If I'm home and I'm able to, but I do film and television work. So when we're on set, sometimes we can be like 5 hours and no break, and there's no way I could go to the toilet. So what I used to do if I knew that I was doing that, well, we didn't get to eat either. So not eating, I just wouldn't eat. I'd stop eating the day before, and the day of, eat very, very little so I didn't have to go to the toilet. But now I think, if I had to go on set, I'll be fine, because even if I had that urge, I could wait, no problem. So very, very little. What can I say? I used to poop humongous poops, and now, if I had to describe it, I would say I do probably half the size of a poop that my dog does. And I've got a medium-sized dog. He doesn't do big poops. So my poops are about half the size of his. So what could I say? When I pick them up, I put a plastic bag on my hand and I pick it up. And if I had to hold it in my hand, his poop would probably just fill my palm. Well, my poop is half that. So very little, very little after 10 days. But as I say, it's because we're using the nutrients, we're eating the nutrients that our body needs, and it's burning up everything. So there's no excess. There's no waste product because it's all been used. And so why would you need to go to the toilet more often or do bigger poops? But anyway, that's the end of the poop talk. And I hopefully will not have to report on poop again. So sorry if that was too much information. Anyway, so I'm talking about the weight loss. Now, as I say, that's not the focus of this, but man, I'm loving it. I've got 75 kilos to lose. Well, I don't anymore. I've got 60 point, what was it? Where am I up to? It was 14.2. So I've got 60.8 kilos to lose. So still a lot, and that's a person. I mean, a lot of women don't even weigh 50 kilos, so there you go. But I'm well on my way. And how has that been affecting me? Well, strange thing. I am losing the weight from here down. So I'm losing it off my face, I'm losing it off my neck, so I'm getting that turkey neck a bit bigger, a bit more wobbly, but not as bad as I thought it would be. I don't know. I think that it was maybe more wobbly before I started dieting, so maybe it is sort of toning up a little. Lost it off my boobs. Oh, wow. I'm wearing some tops now, and I can't feel them, and they're very big and loose and baggy around the top area. I think I've lost it down to about my waist, but it's made me a very funny shape. I mean, I was 134.8 kilos, a very big person, but I was just sort of big from, like, well, even from the shoulders, I say, just big and round. Well, now I'm thinner on the top, and now from my waist I just go out like that, which makes my waist, it accentuates my hips, it makes them look way out of proportion to the top half of my body. So trying to put clothes on and wear outfits, as I said, I still need the girth around the tummy and the hips, but on the top things are swimming on me, and I can't wear a lot of things because they're just too big on the top. So it's a minor problem. So but I've got a big wardrobe there of clothes, and there's a lot that I won't wear. Like, I've got some summer dresses, and when I put them on, my bum, my stomach, my hips look way out of proportion, so they look humongous. So yeah, it is what it is, but I can sew, so when I start losing it down below, and I can do some alterations to my clothes. So I'll get a lot of wear out of my clothes because I will be able to alter them. But how is that impacting me? I think that it's impacting my body because obviously the weight distribution is not how it has been in the past, and it's, I think, affecting my body that certain areas I am getting twinges. I'm feeling that I'm not balanced, that I'm getting back pain, but I think it's because, yeah, things are shifting and my muscles just aren't catching up at the moment, and because they're shifting in a way which is unbalanced, that my body is just trying to work it out and deal with it. So yeah, I am getting severe, like I'll just be standing up and I'll get a severe stabbing in the back, which almost makes me buckle at the knees. So a little bit frightening, but just part of the process, I guess. I'm sure that I will start losing weight. I mean, I'll have to. I'll start losing weight off my stomach and hips. I think I have lost a little bit, but not nearly as much as I've lost it off the top. So yeah, there we go. Have my family noticed anything? I haven't said anything. I don't want the negative comments, so I haven't said anything to my family, and no one's noticed. Though my grandson did say to me, "Mama, your face is small. What's wrong with your face? It's small. It's not like it usually is." Now he's 4, and he said that about 3 weeks in. So yeah, very observant. But no one else has said anything. But I have a son who lives quite a distance away, 3 hours away, and he's really busy with work and busy social life, so I won't be seeing him until Christmas. Now, by the time he comes down, I will have been on this for 3 months, and I've already lost 14.2 kilos. By the time he gets down here, where are we? Today is, today's the 11th, it's Remembrance Day. So it's the 11th of November. So there will be probably another 6-7 weeks before he's down here. It's only been 5 weeks and I've lost 14 kilos. If I can do that again, by the time he gets down here, I'll be nearly 30 kilos down. I'm sure he's going to have a shock when he sees that how much weight I've lost. He will notice. Maybe by then the girls might notice. But talking about Christmas, I'm planning stuff for Christmas. So I'm thinking, what is it that we're going to have? You know, we normally have this big Christmas feast with potato salad, coleslaw, maybe fried rice, pasta salad, fruit salad, pavlova, trifle, rum balls, you name it. Everything's here. Chocolate covered sultanas, peanuts and almonds, fruit mince pies, Christmas pudding, fruit cake. Wow. None of that for me this year, but I'm not missing out. So what I'm planning is we usually all bring something and cook something. So I'll be sticking to all the carnivore options. So I'm going to be doing a charcuterie board. So I'm going to have salamis, ham, cheese. There will be other things on that I won't have, with things like cracker biscuits, maybe some strawberries and some cucumber and things like that. But there'll be lots that I can have. I'm going to do some smoked salmon with cream cheese and roll it up. There'll be salami sticks. There'll be lots of things that I can have on that. For the main meal, I'm going to have a leg of ham, prawns, roast pork. We'll have chicken, and I'll make sure that I cook it in a way that I can have it. I'm going to do chicken wings, but I'm going to do them plain, so that we usually use that as finger food beforehand, so be able to have that. So I won't be missing out. There'll be lots of things that I can have, and if I'm still keeping this under wraps, I'll put a little bit of salad on my plate. Nobody will notice that I don't eat it and that I don't touch it. So there you go. So if you're thinking about going on the carnivore diet, you've got nothing to lose except health problems and your weight. So give it a go. If it doesn't work, doesn't matter. But you may find that you get brilliant success. If you're on it, good on you. I hope it's going well for you. I'd love to hear comments. Leave me some comments down below. I'd love to read your comments and see how you're going too. What can I say? Stick at it. And if for any reason you do something which isn't considered carnivore, do not beat yourself up about it. Tomorrow is a new day. Get back on it tomorrow and put that behind you. Don't worry about it and say, from here on in, let's see how we go. and you may fall off the wagon a few times, but just try to analyze like why, and if you can avoid the reasons why, you get more success. But anyway, just keep going, and please let me know your success stories. Love to hear them. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Okay, now, week 56, what's happening? Well, I am slowly growing back my hair, and that's an issue that I wanted to talk about today. I have had a massive hair loss, hence I'm usually wearing headbands, because over in this section here, I have lost so much hair that I do have, I wouldn't quite call it a bald spot anymore, because my hair is returning. My hair is growing back. It's probably about 1 centimetre long, and yeah, I'm very happy about that, but it's not growing back evenly, so I've got thin bits and bits where it's growing back. Now, how did I address that issue? I became very concerned. At first it was like, well, you experience hair loss when you have a big weight loss, but it began to become very concerning when I started seeing like it was so thin I had to cover, and I was looking at getting a wig. So I did as much investigation as I could, and there's a lot of information out there. Kelly Hogan has some good videos on that, but I mentioned previously that I was taking iodine, an iodine supplement. Now, I was asked about what iodine supplement do I have. I don't know if you can see that there. Now, I'll just read that off, so excuse me for not looking at the camera. It is potassium iodide, 377 micrograms, iodine, 288 micrograms, and potassium, 89 micrograms. So this, I put 3 drops into a little container of water, and I have that on a daily basis. Adults take 3 drops once a day, and they also have it for children. Now, it does give you a little bit more information here, which I will share with you. Iodine assists in the thyroid hormone production, supports healthy thyroid gland function in children and adults, and that's about it. I found, what difference did this make? I found that within a week of starting this, that the hair loss slowed down. I won't say that it stopped, but it did slow significantly. Previously, when I would wash my hair in the shower, during the shower I had to pull out clumps of hair from the... Now, in my last video I spoke about having a minor car accident and having whiplash. I will say that it's slowly getting better. So I'll be back at the gym next week and back to my normal routine. Still taking it a little easy this week, doing walking, but I have to lie down and rest my neck because it is hurting, and I am getting headaches when I try to do my normal routine. So there's an update on that. But good news, it's not going to be an ongoing issue for me. I hope you've enjoyed the video today, and if you have and you haven't subscribed, please do that. Give it a thumbs up